All right, for the first time, Caleb and I are going to take the Disney Skyliner, and I guess this is the line. All right, there's the Skyliner. It's been here since 2019.
Wait, really?
It's been about 2 years. It came in September of 2019. Here's the station. Oh, that is cool.
For your safety, please remain seated, supervise children, and refrain from smoking in the cabins. Thank you. Para su seguridad, por favor.
We're in, and they didn't put us with anybody, Caleb.
They got the boring one though. They got the.
All right, Caleb and I are in the Skyliner. Hopefully the door closes, and it does. And we're about to blast off.
Oh dear.
I don't know if we really need our masks since we're the only people in here. But
I mean, can we take them off? I kind of want
I don't know. I just pulled mine down. What are they gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Whoa! Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, we got a nice breeze. Oh my goodness, we're like here.
Okay,
Here, hold
okay.
on.
This is kind of
It's a
terrifying.
little scary. Sorry.
The heck?
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort
Look at
and
this.
Disney's Art of Animation Resort.
Oh my gosh.
We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort.
We sure
with
are.
connecting flights to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot International Gateway.
Well, okay. I don't like the
We're
rumbles.
shaking. We're shaking.
I don't like the rumbles. Oh.
We're looking over at the Caribbean Beach Resort. Oh look, the balloon is up at Disney Springs, way off in the distance.
Oh wow. That could be nice.
Man, we wanted to go on that the other night. It was weather not allowing it, and
I mean, I kind of get it.
we're on our descent down to Caribbean Beach, or is it Caribbean Beach? Maybe we should stay at Caribbean Beach sometime. It looks nice.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the Caribbean Beach Hub. Epcot. And we are heading to the Epcot Skyliner. This is nice. We got bathrooms in here. Hardly any wait right now. I love it.
Skyliner at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with continuing flights to Epcot. Hold on to your straw hats. We are about to
Look at this.
enter the
Look at the
heart
pool
of
over
the
there, Karen.
Caribbean.
Can we see Pirates of the Caribbean?
Coming into France here, and there's the Eiffel Tower. There's the new Remy Ratatouille ride, right there.
We are now arriving at Epcot. To all who come to this place of joy, hope, and friendship, welcome.
And we're coming on down.
That's the only other one. Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and...
Hey everyone, Future Eric here. I've been back from Disney for about a week, and I wanted to give some insight on the Skyliner, some pros and cons. Some of the cons, because we did ride it 3 or 4 more times, is that if you are wanting to ride the Skyliner, it only goes to 4 resorts: the Pop Century, Art of Animation, Caribbean Beach, and Riviera. So if you're not staying at one of those 4 resorts, you probably won't get to ride it unless you want to go over there for some reason, if you have maybe a dining reservation at one of the resorts. Also, while in the middle of the summer there is a nice breeze while you're flying on it, but if it stops for any reason or slows down, it does get a little toasty in there, especially on a middle of the day, warm, sunny day. I did notice It got a little toasty. But the biggest con, and we experienced this at Epcot, is that anytime there is some weather issues like thunder, lightning, whatever, strong winds I suppose, they will shut the Skyliner down. So the problem we had in Epcot was the Skyliner goes to the International Gateway, which is in the very back corner of the park by France, where the main entrance is about a half a mile up, you know, by Spaceship Earth. So we, of course, we're gonna have a break for the day, head back to the International Gateway, and big signs to say the Skyliner's temporarily down. I believe there was lightning in the area. Never did rain, but there was lightning in the area. So we had to walk all the way back to the front of the park, which is like a half to 3/4 of a mile to get on the bus to go back to the resort. And I asked the people, I said, well, is there anywhere on the app that says if the Skyliner is up and running? Because I could have avoided walking all the way over there just to walk all the way back. And apparently there is not. So I don't know how you would know, because I didn't see any lightning. And you can't tell until you get close if the Skyliner is running. So it's like a waste of time to walk all the way to the back of the park, and then you have to turn around and walk all the way back to the front. So that's kind of some of the negatives of the Skyliner, but the pros strongly outweigh any of the negatives. We love the Skyliner. We very rarely had any more than a 5-minute wait for any station we were at. We even left Hollywood Studios right at closing, right when a lot of people were leaving. We waited maybe 10 minutes at the most, and that was like peak time. I imagine when fireworks start ramping up at Hollywood Studios, it might be a little longer. We did leave before the fireworks were over at Epcot, so we didn't get like the mass herd. But even then, I don't think the wait time would have been too terrible at that time of night. Also, another good pro, it's very fast. If you're staying at those 4 resorts I mentioned, you can get to Epcot and Hollywood Studios 10 minutes or less. It drops you off right at the entrance practically for both parks. Epcot is the back entrance, so you can just zip on in. And it's also really comfortable. If you're getting on a bus, sometimes you run the risk of having to stand or you're smushed in there real tight. Well, the Skyliner, I think it holds a maximum of 10 people, but unless you're a party of 10, you rarely get that many. They only put a couple parties in there at once, so Caleb and I always had the bench to ourselves. Very, very comfortable, especially at the end of a long day. So you don't have to worry about standing, and it's, you know, you can just have a nice relaxing trip back. So all in all, I love the Skyliner. I would definitely stay at Pop Century or maybe Art of Animation, or if we want to spend a little more money, maybe Riviera or Caribbean Beach. But it's worth it to me to ride the Skyliner over to those 2 parks. Maybe they'll expand it to other parks someday. But it's a great feature. We had a great time using it. Back to past Eric. Alright, so Caleb, that was our first trip on the Disney Skyliner. What'd you think?
Good.
It was good. A little warm in there. It was nice when the breeze was blowing, but when you slowed down and kind of stopped in certain places, it got kind of hot. But overall, really fun. Really fun. Now, for the first time ever, we're going into the backside of Epcot in the International Gateway. Crazy. But until next time, may the adventure continue.
Like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.